of the NFL. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC North rivals. It's the Lions and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today we kick off the new year with the NFC North matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he finds Corey Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now gone. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On the move to his left. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand for this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long. And that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Here's Goff. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And they'll get this down to the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's kind of like clockwork right now for them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Smith Jr. from 10 yards out. And the Lions are on the board here first in the season opener. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now it's Jackson. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pick up there, 20 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Patterson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordell Patterson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Second down and 3. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Jackson now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. After a 1-point game, 7-6. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. as they go to work on a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now here's the option play going left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
From the gun, it's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Jackson from the shotgun. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd down, Swift. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes us all the way down to the Bears' 11. 76 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. A pitch out to Swift here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Touchdown! DeAndre Swift from 8 yards out.
And the Lions are able to move back in front.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 2. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson. He'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Jackson's throw there, complete to Mooney. Down inside the 10. Touchdown Bears! John L. Mooney, 32 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw, and that is caught for the 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel
down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 75 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Lamar Jackson and the offense heading back out. He's been perfect through the air. 9 of 9 so far, including that touchdown on the last drive. As his guys start again, 1st and 10. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. Play action. It's Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for... get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. But we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further, as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half, because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that would not being picked off.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. And they're going to stop play here. And the injury is to, that's DJ Chark, the receiver, who's in need of some help right now. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Third and 2, Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 5. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Jackson on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll give it to Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, Jackson. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Now Jackson. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
That is caught inside the 5. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run with Patterson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Time for another look at this Lions offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get it. Back now at Soldier Field. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is gone. And that is incomplete here.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there. Here's Swift.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
And the Bears are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time. A shotgun snap for gone. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now it's gone. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Sanders' kick is good, and we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Patterson running between the tackles. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Butker's kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there. Gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So here's Goff and the Lions. Down 34-31. A little under 40 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here on a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So out now come the Lions. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Goff now to throw. St. Brown on the catch. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. One last throw here for Goff. That's complete to Davis. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.